So you're working in the jail and you're wondering, what can I do with my career? Well, today we're going to talk with a newly promoted lieutenant and find out about his climb up the ladder. Hey, Grayson County, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Lieutenant Jeremy Cox, and today we're joined with Lieutenant Purser. And how long have you been a lieutenant?
3 days.
3 days. And so he's a newly promoted lieutenant here in the jail. And so we thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about his climb up the ladder, if you will, of rank, and then also some of the things that he's seen over his many years here with the Grayson County Jail. So let's dive in. So, newly promoted lieutenant. How does it feel?
Overwhelmed.
It can be, right? Moving from one rank to the next rank. A lot of times you think you've got everything under control in that, that position that you're in, and you feel comfortable, and then all of a sudden you're in this new role, especially at the lieutenant level, and now you're not necessarily dealing with just, the people, the personnel that are working directly under you, but now it's supervising the people who are supervising the people who are doing the work.
Right.
And that's a whole new thing.
Yes, sir.
And then all the other ancillary little duties that come along with that, right? So how long have you been with Grayson County?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. And has all of that time been in the jail?
Yes.
So where did you start out? When you first came to work here, and that would have been in 2005. 2005. Where did you start?
Just a normal officer, working the floors, pods.
Okay. So on the day-to-day, what would that have looked like in 2005?
Come in, start your day making scans, rounds, checking inmate security.
Yeah. So kind of like how it is today.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the sense of the day-to-day operations of the jail that is performed by the jail deputies or the jailers, that's just the basics of the job. Right. And that doesn't change a lot.
No.
And then so you promoted at some point. When did you promote first?
2023.
All right. So in 2023, you promoted to what rank?
Corporal.
Corporal. And so what did you do when you promoted to that? Was that overwhelming?
Yeah. So there you start as a super corporal. You supervise the officers that are supervising the inmates.
Yeah. And so that's that first level
Right.
supervision. And so what would a day look like as a corporal?
Pretty much come in, bookends, work bookend, scheduling, and then still dealing with safety and security.
Okay. So when you talk about scheduling, you're talking about scheduling. A lot of that is the people to personnel that are
Right.
working there.
Yes, sir.
And on average, people are already on a shift, if you will, right? So they know what time they're supposed to be at work, what days they're supposed to be at work.
Yes.
The scheduling is dealing with time off, sick time, training, and then all working that within the confines of the budget,
Right.
right? To make sure that you have staffing needs, meeting your staff minimums as far at least, I would assume, but then also making sure that people get to where they're supposed to be, know where they're supposed to go, and things like that.
Yes, sir.
Now, you talk about running the bookend desk. What does that look like on the day-to-day as a corporal?
Come in, you book inmates in, release inmates, do court dockets, housing of inmates.
So you get to deal with a lot of other agencies as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like all of the law enforcement agencies that would bring individuals in, or maybe even come pick them up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see a lot of faces.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then not just inmates.
Right.
Those are the angry faces. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right. So And then there's a lot of paperwork that goes along with
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah. And so that is actually probably the biggest part of your day, really, is just paperwork.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you think about the difference between the day-to-day of a jailer watching a pod or observing inmates on a special group or a work detail or something like that. That's dealing with people,
Yes.
less paperwork.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now you're a corporal and it's mostly paperwork.
Right.
Yeah. And then so when did you promote to sergeant?
And 24.
In 24, so last year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in 2024, you promote to sergeant. Now, we've promoted here a couple of times. What is the process to promote?
You come in and do oral boards, interviews.
Yeah.
And get on a list of selection.
And so you had to put in for the position, I assume.
Yes, sir.
And then you were eventually sat in on what you said was an oral board.
Yes, sir.
Now, I assume they ask you questions related to the job and
Job
things.
policy, procedures.
Yeah.
Scenarios.
So you kind of got to be on your game.
Yes, sir.
You got to know your job.
Yes, sir.
And probably better than the next person.
Yeah.
Because it's all ranked, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's about knowing the position that you're in, and I assume, and then what is
It's going to the next level.
yeah, going to the next level. So you kind of already got to know what you're getting into.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as a sergeant, what are some of the things that you've done?
It's pretty much the same as corporal, just the next step of supervise, more paperwork.
Yeah, more paperwork, more paperwork. People often think of the jail as, in talking with individuals outside of law enforcement, right? Especially when they don't even work in the jail or never have. They think that all it is breaking up fights and watching people, serve time. But there is a lot
There's a lot of paperwork.
lots of paperwork. Mostly you just think about the accountability, right? Like, inventory. It's essentially inventorying people in and inventorying people out.
Yes.
Where did they go? Where did they come from? And why were they here?
And everything in between.
And everything in between. So, you've been a sergeant, working the desk, working the booking desk. And so at that, like you're running a shift.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're in charge of the corporals who are in charge of the
Right.
personnel.
Yes, sir.
But it ultimately falls to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a lot of responsibility in and of itself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All of this, and you still have to have good people skills, I would assume.
Yes.
Yeah. So recently you sat on another board for the lieutenant's position.
Yes, sir.
And you got selected, and so now here you are. What do you think the biggest challenge is right now for you? You said, how do you feel overwhelmed, right? What do you think the biggest challenges is right at this moment for
Learning all the extra paperwork.
you? Learning all the extra paperwork, more paperwork, and so learning the process,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess. Yeah. And there's still a level of supervision, I assume, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still you have to supervise the sergeants
Yeah.
and corporals and
Yeah. And so, you're one of the shift lieutenants, I assume.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have what, 2 shifts that you're responsible
Night
for?
shifts, yes, sir.
Okay. And so you're going to be over the night shifts, and then you're basically, like you said, you're going to be in charge of the sergeants,
Yes, sir.
and then essentially the corporals as well. Ultimately, everybody,
Yes, sir.
right?
Everybody.
But kind of like you make sure they do their job, and then they make sure the person under them does their job, and then so on.
Yes, sir.
So, what's some of the things that you're looking forward to as in this new rank?
Continue learning.
Yeah.
Moving forward,
Moving forward, maybe going into the next level at some point.
possibly.
Yeah. Because you've made a career out of this, really.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, did you leave a career to come to the jail, or were you doing something else prior to before you came to the jail, or is this where you started?
I was working for City McKinney and
Oh,
just fell into this.
just kind of fell into it. Yeah. Uh, and so you've made quite a place for yourself here at the sheriff's office, uh, but still looking to advance and move up.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. I know you've got some more things that you've got to get to. Anything else you'd like to say to the viewers about your job, or the sheriff's office in and of itself?
If you're thinking of starting a job in law enforcement, a good place to start would be in the jail.
You learn a lot in the jail,
Yes,
don't
sir.
you?
Learn how to deal with the inmates and a lot of people.
Yeah, you definitely learn people skills in the jail. So, all right. Well, I tell you what, Grayson County, we're going to wrap this up so Lieutenant Purser could get back to what the things that he needs to do as a newly promoted lieutenant. But again, we thank you for joining us here on the podcast. Don't forget you can find us here every Thursday at 9 a.m. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And as always, Grayson County, stay safe.